I just moved to Ohio, and for the first time ever, I finally have my own room. Over the past year and a half, I've been saving, planning, and dreaming of this exact moment, building my ultimate gaming setup. This will be proof that all that waiting, all that hard work will be worth it. But there's one problem. I've never actually built a setup before, so can I pull this off and fulfill my dream, or am I about to waste all my time and money? So right now we're on our way to IKEA to get a tabletop, Alex drawer, and some plants. This is a 3-hour round trip, so comment W Grandpa in the comment section. Alright, so there are only a few things left to buy, so let's go ahead and add them to the cart. Alright, so the setup ended up costing over $2,000. I literally spent so much I couldn't keep track of how much I spent. Subscribe for my wallet. Today I walked into my new room to see what I'm working with. I took some measurements, noted where outlets were, and questioned who thought the ugly wood trim was a good idea. With that, I went back to my temporary setup and got to planning. Alright, model complete. Looks pretty exquisite if I do say so myself. Alright, so we just got back in the room after remodeling, and I'm thinking that I'm actually gonna put my setup over here, and then put my bed over there, but we're just gonna have to figure it out. Alright, so I'm gonna start off pretty much just building the Alex drawer for now, because I can't paint or do anything else for now, so I'll cut to it when it's done, because I don't want to record this. Alright, so it's been about 2 hours since I started building it, and I finally finished the Alex drawer. Alright, so next I'm gonna pull up all this carpet in my room, because I'm gonna be adding wood floor instead. Unless I'm doing the whole floor, there's like a whole floor down here in the basement. Alright, so I just finished taking out all the carpet and stuff in this room, but I think that's the end of today because I got my Alex drawer done, pulled the carpet up, and it's already pretty late, so I think it's time to head to bed. Okay, so today the goal is pretty much just to paint the entire room, including the trim and the baseboards, and let's get to it. This trim low-key sucked to paint. It was wood, so I had to sand it down, and it had crevices in between every piece of wood. Before I painted, we had to prime it first, and then it was finally time to paint. This is my first time painting ever, but I think I did pretty well. After the trim, it was time to paint the wall. Thankfully, this was a little easier. First we primed the wall and then we painted it. And unlike the trim, which took 2 coats of paint, the wall only took 1 coat. And this is me after painting for 8 hours straight. We finished painting the room and the flooring is in, so now it's time for the main event. Let's build the setup. Day 1 started with the most painful part, hauling everything into the basement. My new room is down here, so every trip with the box felt like a leg day workout. First up, the desk legs. I went with sit-stand legs from Topski because I really wanted the flexibility to work sitting, standing, or walking. The manual claimed 25 minutes of build time. Yeah, right. Just putting the legs together took me over an hour. Then came the desktop, a clean white IKEA lag kept in. Alright, so this is literally my first time drilling, and it actually wasn't as hard as I expected. This build is like a lot of the first time painting, first time ripping up carpet, first time doing a lot of this stuff. And if you get anything from this video, get that. Do things that you think will be hard because you will learn it's not as hard as you think. But anyway, let's move on to finally finishing up this desk. So with the desktop in place, I started mounting things underneath. First, a Tron power strip. If you've never mounted a power strip under your desk, do it. Seriously, it is life-changing. Next, I added some cable management racks, flipped the desk, and called it a day. Okay, so it's day 2, and it's already 7:04, and I'm gonna try to put up these strips, but I'm trying to get it done tonight. Probably gonna do this strip, and then I'll show you guys what's after that. Alright, so I'm thinking of sticking 1/2 under, and then 1/2 on the back side up there. Alright, so we finished the RGB, Was a little bit hard, but I won't give a full in the dark reveal until the end, so stick around. After installing my RGB, I rolled in my chair and adjusted the desk to a good sitting position. Then I built my monitor riser, a white one with acrylic stands. Compared to the desk, this is like building a Lego Duplo set. Next, I brought in my PC and Alex drawer to help plan out the design. Now for the fun part, unboxing. First, my monitor, a 24-inch 280Hz 1080p display. Perfect for gaming. This will be my first time playing on more than 60Hz, so honestly this is probably the biggest upgrade for me. Then I unboxed my Lee Chico walking pad. Next up was the dual monitor mount, or at least that was the plan. By this point it was late, my brain was fried, and let's just say the mount was winning this battle. I called it quits and settled for setting up the single monitor mount instead. Okay, so it's day 3 and it's literally like 6 a.m. But anyways, a little bit of a mess. I brought down my monitor and some of my other peripherals for my current or my temporary setup. So the goal is before I go to school to finish this monitor mount, because this one, I don't know, I kind of gave up because it was kind of hard. I was able to make some good progress in the mount, and let's just say I understand it now. But before I could finish mounting both monitors, I had to go to school. Alright, so it's now 3:38 after school, and this is what I have done. So I'm already going to cut to when I have both that monitor and like both of them aligned the correct way, because this honestly kind of sucks and is really boring. Okay, so it's been about an hour and I finished mounting these. This was like, mounting these was such a pain. Originally I was going to have like 2 stacked in the middle of these 2 and then my other one on the side, but I ended up putting my gaming high hertz monitor on the right. In the middle I have my 4K monitor for like work, and then this one's my extra display on the left. But let's go ahead and peel this off real quick, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm probably done for now, because I do have a party to attend to, so I'm going to finish this when I get back. But the rest of the setup shouldn't be too hard since all like the building parts are pretty much done. Alright, so it's back and it's literally 10:15, and I just realized that I don't have a cable long enough to reach from this monitor all the way to the PC. So I just think I'm not going to be able to use it for now, but that's fine because it's like an extra third monitor. With the mount finished, it was time for peripherals. I mounted my mic on the right side of the desk, mainly because it was literally the only spot that would work. My webcam went on the right monitor, while the light bar landed on the left. For audio, I added a headphone stand under my desk and ran an extension cable from my PC to the hanger. That way, when I use my inner monitors, the cable comes from a spot close to me instead of stretching all the way from the PC. Oh, and I unboxed my Creative Pebble speakers, honestly the best budget option out there. I set them up on both sides of the riser and they instantly made the setup feel more complete. Next were the peripherals. Starting with my TechSource Blue Koi mousepad, it's massive, it's clean, and I love the design. Next, I placed my editing keyboard on the riser and my gaming keyboard on the mousepad. And of course, I couldn't forget my Razer mouse. So for all my keyboards, I ended up getting this white USB-C coiled keyboard from Amazon for like 10 bucks. Also, I'm going to try to drop almost everything in the setup that I can, like a link to Amazon, an affiliate link, so you can help me out. So I just took a shower and it's like 11 right now, but we only have 2 main things left for the setup. So let's get into it. Next came the finishing touches. First, I slid my book and journal under the riser. Then I added a coaster with the old logo from my main channel. Under the right side of the riser went my Nintendo controller, while my 1000 Sunny model took its place proudly on top of the riser. And last but not least, the footrest. Simple but essential. Sadly, now it is time for arguably the worst part of building a setup, and that is cable management. So while my desk is going to standing mode, which will make it easier for me to manage the cable and stuff under the desk, not even everything's plugged in, by the way. I didn't show this yet. I'm going to add this to SD card reader and USB thing. It's going to put it right there. Then I also have this USB and USB-C thing to go under the desk. I'm going to Velcro it. But what makes my cable management easy is I have my power strip under here, and I also have these little like things, these like racks on here. And basically you can put the cables into the hole and kind of bring out a different hole, and there's holes on both sides as well, which makes it super easy for managing cables. So I'm just gonna do a time lapse of all that. I thought this will maybe take like 20 minutes. Spoiler alert, it took over an hour. Honestly though, it was kind of fun. Not too hard, just time consuming. The only sad part is that my phone died in the middle of my time lapse, so I don't even have the whole thing on camera. But honestly, this is what it looks like. I have all the cables I mean, it's not the best, but from like a sitting view, like if you're like sitting right here, the only cables that are really visible is that one like cable spine thing that I added to that white cable. Some cables behind the monitor, but other than that, I think it's literally 12:30. I'm not even joking when I say this is the latest I've stayed up in like 3 months. So I'm gonna go to sleep, but before I go to sleep, I'm gonna add these plants that I totally forgot to earlier. So let's go ahead and do that. The iconic IKEA plants. Alright, so I'm gonna turn on the PC, do a few things before I go to sleep. But yeah, it's pretty much done, but we have one final thing to do later today. One final task remained on day 4, moving my Alex drawer and desk into the left corner of the room. A small step for furniture, but a giant leap for making the setup look right. Alright, so I literally almost forgot to peel this sticker on the PC off. This video has been the culmination of everything I've worked on in the past year and a half. So thank you for being here and helping me with my dream. You guys are the real ones. And the setup is officially done, but my room, it's empty. I'm building my dream gaming room soon, and I would love it if you subscribe so you can be the first to support my next video. Don't forget that Jesus loves you. Now cue the montage.